Let me say this first and foremost. Good morning, Capricorn. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Goddess Divine Reflections, where we blend intuitive messages, tarot, and personal reflection. Spirit sets the agenda. We just simply listen, okay, and relay what we're told to say. You guys may see my co-pilot in the background. That's Nola. Say hi, Nola. Now get out the camera. She's been behaving, so I've been letting her stay out. But she better not interrupt because as I said in your energy this morning, I have first already started to receive downloads and messages for Capricorns, I would say the last day or so. But of course, as I'm coming into your energy, just sitting there giving you the undivided attention within any one of you, as it would always be, they start to flood me. And two, I don't know if I want to leave these to the end. I might forget them because I didn't jot these down. I want to bring up now. There's this energy around. Listen, I think every sign feels this. The kids, you ready for them to go back to school or get back to your normal routine. The animals too. Also, you have this hunger, like you're always hungry. I laugh because this is intentional. You don't want to eat. I don't know what that's about. And then there was one more. And of course I lost that one, but it happens every time. It's always like that third or fourth one because it's too much to get out right before we get into the live. So I'm like, okay, you want me to write it down or you want me to let's just go? Okay, no problem. We'll go. What's she doing? No, what was that noise? I'm gonna have to come play this back because I know I heard like a I thought it was something. Anyway, these are our monthly general readings, so we're open to whatever comes through. Love, money, career, health, family, spirituality, or anything else meant for the collective. Throughout the month, we'll also return for dedicated love and relationships, money and career, and spiritual guidance readings every upcoming week. That'll go deeper into those specific areas. Okay? So take what resonates, leave what doesn't before I even touch the cards. Like I told y'all already, y'all started talking. The first one that came through, the very, very first message. Y'all just having too much fun. That's what I got. That's hence the title. Y'all ain't even checking in. But this was not like fun like a vacation. Not that kind of fun. Like life has just been better for you. You're smiling more, things are moving, things are happening. And then I ain't gonna say you forgot your spirituality, because that's kind of really where this title came from. No, I ain't saying you forgot your spirituality, your Christianity. It ain't necessarily just church, but y'all ain't been checking in. That's like whatever that looks like for you. Life got busy, things started working, you started moving. Somebody simply forgot to stop and say thank you. Whether that's to God, spirit, universe, ancestors, whatever you believe in, do not forget to check in. Okay, good or bad days you're having, you have to check in. Because it's something like prayer for the average Christian. All right, there we go. All right, so there's quite a few want to talk about love, and they're avoiding the regular message, but it's okay. We'll get through it because we have a lot more downloads that came through. You got your hand in a lot of pots, in a couple pots actually. And when I saw it, it was like they were stirring, but then they were kind of like scooping. So I don't know. I immediately questioned it. I don't know if it's money pots, cooking pots, business pots, what damn pots, but it's you got your hand in a lot of pots, okay? Yeah. I think this was this way, but we're gonna see how it resonate for you. Now, but you definitely got your hand in more than one thing, Capricorn. And then there was even this energy, oh, you too busy for me now? Like, and then it was something like somebody was calling you out, calling somebody out. I don't know if this is you doing this to someone or someone's doing this to you. Like not arguing, not fighting. It's kind of playful. Like somebody saying, um, come on then. Come on. We're gonna leave it, let the cards explain, but I really believe it has something to do with like, the image was double dutch, and then it quickly switched to like a dance challenge. Nobody's dancing, but we gonna see. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive because your cards are starting to come out. You start off with spiritual knowledge in the month of August 2026, Capricorn. And that is 29 and 11 that are going to be very significant. I like this. I like this. I like this. I'm not going to tell y'all where my Capricorn is, but I always tap and tune in and cross watch for this one. And I went straight to the page. Crazy. Crazy energy this morning. All right, Capricorn. So spiritual knowledge is coming up. And it says, spiritual knowledge can be gained through a multitude of experiences and teachings. During this time, you will find clarity and guidance through being open to different types of spiritual teachings. It is not necessary to be to tie yourself down to just one teaching, but rather to go where your energy leads you. Oh, that's why your hands in multiple pots. I see. After all, so that's why I gotta take me out of it. Sometimes I'm gonna let spirit speak. It ain't always a bad thing that you got your hand in all these pots because this is a good one. After all, spirituality and connection are not things that can be summoned or summed up to just one book or practice for everyone. Take what resonates with you and create a peace within while keeping your mind open to everything. You're likely to find that you are drawn to bits and pieces of different teachings that will lead you to your own organic spiritual connection, experience, and understanding. Wow, I get it. I get it. And so I'm gonna use the example of spirituality, just like they did, and just like we already started. How they said you've not been checking in. I think some of you may be going through this uh, walk where you are having some type of spiritual awakening, and you may be questioning your current Christianity and our religious beliefs. And so therefore, not. And I don't think this is for a portion of you, but then there's going to be a big portion of you who are trying to integrate the both of them, spirituality with Christianity. And you've come to this point where, oh, wait a minute, having my hand in both these pots can sometimes contradict. I know that story all too well. And so now you've got to find a balance between everything. How do you show people what you found along this walk that has maybe debunked a lot of things you found in your Christianity, debunked a lot of things you've been brought to believe when you grew up in a certain religious belief. That's what I'm getting. But there are some defenses that you learn with, I heard, going to church or whatever religion you identify with or believe in. And that's where you're like, no, I can't let that go because y'all don't have this. I like that. I really, really like that for you. I do. Me too. Okay. Now, interesting. That's like, how do you take the modern world and a lot of things you come to live in and live amongst? Let's take, for instance, femininity or masculinity and how unbalanced they've become, right? The role of male and female. And then you have these traditional ways of living. The man is a provider, the leader, and you're like, how come? This integrate them both. You'll be able to find a way. So let's see what your cards are saying because Nine of Pentacles. I see why it's being questioned. This card is all about independence, Capricorn. Independent, freedom to be yourself, success, nonetheless, in August. Self-sufficiency, material security, rewarded efforts, achievements, and confidence. So that's what you're looking at this month. Now, when I pull the cards, these try to fight on what wanted to be the main energy and what wanted to be the supporting and or blocking energy. Okay? So take with your story how it fits because I'm going to read them both ways. So if that's where you are with the independence, what could be supporting or blocking this is closing cycles, completion, achievement, fulfillment, sense of belonging, wholeness, you know, money success. So to me, this is a support, evolution, change, and whatever's going around that part. The world gives you the ultimate satisfaction. So I couldn't see this being a block unless, as we go through the cards and we get to the outcome, because who has a problem with success? What? The only thing this could, to me, not integrate well together or would cause a blocking energy where the world and your ultimate success is blocking your independence is because you're not single, is because you have too many people to help. Like, say, for instance, I'm getting kids. Kids was a big high theme. How you remember in the beginning how I said, you ready for them to go back to school? It's like they're keeping your energy out of balance, out of whack some way, of course. We all can agree. And then because it's a few of the energies that you have to deal with as opposed to one or two. And then this may also be a spouse, parents, whoever you are responsible for. Independent is highlighted with this Nine of Pentacles. This is around the home, the money, and your energy. But the world, no matter what position this lies in or comes in, and it's not the main support, this is still a win, a huge win. So let's say you had it in the opposite position and this is what you're faced with this month. Ultimate success, achievement, closing cycles though, completion, Capricorn. What could be blocking that? Independence. You want to do this by yourself. You want to do this alone. You think that you can run this business by yourself. You don't need a partner. So the fact that you could become successful without the finances, I don't. They can go. The only way I can see it is going hand in hand. My spirit didn't even want me to say that they couldn't, and it's not about the money more than the lucrative resources that come along with winning success. If you're gonna say it's achievement, okay. Now, what's in your past, Capricorn, is the Seven of Swords. So you got some good stuff coming for you in August. And for me to sit here and come in saying y'all aren't checking in because y'all are so busy, I don't know if you're being put to work, if you put yourself to work, so you get this. Because Nine of Pentacles is ultimately you putting in the work for your goals, your whatever it is you are setting out for. And when I came in to sit with your energy, this seemed as if you had already done this, like you were already winning. So to continue to win, I'm jealous, bitch. I'm jealous. But you've been winning independently. And so what Spirit is asking you for the month of August, hence the fact, oh, you're not checking in, your Spirit team say, even us, bitch, we got you this. Oh, yeah. Seven of Swords in the past. Sneaky, deception, hiding, avoiding, and scheming. I want to say a name. I don't know why. Okay, so there's a letter N, significant N name keeps coming up. NET may be in the name. Okay, so sneaky deception, cunning lies, dishonest, love affair. Because, okay, this is about every area of your life. We ain't gonna run away from that part. Sparing feelings and suspicions. So, again, like I said in the beginning, we're gonna have love specific readings coming in the upcoming weeks, but we are gonna try to touch on every area of your life with the generals. So, if this had to do with love, you definitely are in a single mind frame, whether you're in a relationship or not, and that's not being supported in the month of August. You have had potentially, not all of you, but some of you, this is specific, a love affair in the past. I can't see that being this. That doesn't mean that this love affair won't come back to haunt you. Okay? Because the King of Pentacles came up next, and this is someone who's protective. They provided security. This is the recent past. So I don't know if this is the person that you had the affair with, or I don't know if this is a new situation, well, it doesn't look like anything actually because you look single. But if you are in something, that's the problem. You've been acting single still, and that's not okay. And it may be being brought to the forefront and addressed in the month of August. Now, You, like I said, put this person in the story how you need them to be. Man or woman, even though it's the King of Pentacles, we'll talk about signs in a minute, but they were very protective. And I say were because I don't know if they're still in the present. You put it in how it fits because they're in the past or the recent past. They're protective, secure, kind, ambitious. They're very abundant. They were a provider. They were reliable, a businessman, prosperous. Could even be your father figure. Okay? King of Pentacles. But there was some kind of sneakiness and deception connected to this relationship. So I don't know if maybe your kid's father, your father, but we're going to keep going because I'm going to clarify that for sure. Which type of relationship it was, first and foremost, and why there's sneakiness and deception or suspicions around it. But it could still be the love affair. That could have been who you had the affair with. Or if you think this has happened to you, it could be a clue of who they were having an affair with. Now, what's on your mind is new passion, new initiatives. You have this creative spark, this creative energy, enthusiasm. You're inspired. Okay? Explosive feelings, nonetheless. I wonder what she messing with. So, I believe for many of you, there is this new relationship. And I laugh a little bit. I can't re-imitate it because it was definitely not intentional. I can't wait to get to y'all's love readings because there were potential to have a love affair in the past and or recent past. I don't know if you went through with it. Some of you did because this new passion, this new feeling, these explosive feelings. I don't know if the person you had the affair with is now the new relationship. I don't know if you've left that in the past and you've gone into a new relationship, or you're just single and you do have options. Them still being one of them, and you just can't go forward with it. I don't know if they cheated on their spouse or you cheated on your significant other. I don't even know at this point if your significant other is still around because what you only want to talk about is business and money. But I'm gonna dig because it's coming up, and it could affect the money area, career front, energy, home. Of course, an affair. I will say this: Capricorns think that they are slick, so slick to the point where somebody said this the other day on a page. She said some people think they're so. Some people are so stupid that they really think that people are just as stupid as them. And I don't mean that for all my Capricorns, but sometimes you guys can act like this, especially when you're doing your shit in a sense of the sneaky deception and whatever. You can't fool everybody. You know there's another Capricorn out there that has energy and or whoever, and it ain't gotta be a Capricorn either, right? But there are some other signs and some other people who are just as, if not more than you. And they see you. They see you. So let's go forward. And there's some geez, girl. Dude, if you are winning all the shit around you, past and future, listen, you feel like you have the position to be on top of the world. The position, though. You're not there, the position. But all this other shit, right now we're in a Saturn retrograde where karma is big. Now, the most affected signs are Aquarius. It was a Capricorn, I think so. I can't remember, but I think it is you too. But the devil, moving forward, obsession, anxiety, soul ties, bitch, dependency, excessiveness, limitations, chained up addictions, becoming less human. Who else got this? I can't remember who got this. Somebody else got this card. I don't know if it was in the same position, but it was very significant to something similar. It wasn't a. I don't remember. I've done you number 8 at this point. So go check who you might be dealing with. We'll talk about people in a minute because at this point, 1, 2, 3 have come up thus far. Okay. So, yeah. And you showed up. You did in your own reading. Let me say that. That's the devil. It's the Capricorn. So you, and the good side of that, let's see, because everybody thinks the devil is always bad in a reading. Moving forward, this is you just becoming less human, especially if this is talking. Let's get off of relationships for a minute about spirituality. Okay, you have to become less human to practice a form of religion and or spirituality, so that you can implement the things that the laws, the guidance, if you want to live that life, right? Otherwise, you're just not practicing. And that may be what Spirit is saying. You don't forgot about us, right? Like we helped you get here. We helped you get out of this. Maybe you were the innocent person and the victim in this love affair, and they cheated and messed over on you. So you're now winning without them. And they may be coming back. I don't know that for sure, but they came up in this reading. So I don't know if they funded this project, this win, and feel like you owe them something, but you don't owe them shit. Not them anyway. Am I am I being too human about this? Spirit, you jump in. Because listen, it was supposed to be a partnership, but the relationship took over and dissipated sooner than you probably could put the business off the ground. And now that the business is off the ground and they're not a part of it, that's not your problem. They should have got shit in writing, right? They thought just because they was giving you, mm, they was already gonna be a part of the plan. Oh well, they're bad, and that's what this could look like. So that could be with why they may feel you are sneaky or deceptive. But this is not a feeling more than you really are coming out of sneaky deception energy and avoiding, right? Scheming, right? And maybe you had to get out of this. There is some shit I've seen, okay? And I would have supported. So the anxiety and the obsessions, maybe I don't see anything legal coming up. So let's keep moving forward. So I don't know what you feel they could do to try to get this back from you. What is it you took? We're gonna clarify that. Oh, listen, you got the 5 of Cups in your position, and they tried to go in reverse. So that's loss, grief, breakup, sadness, mourning, feeling let down, not seeing possibility of love, focused on failure. Yeah, you are. I mean, I feel like you are winning, but you're still sad. You're still mourning something. And very well so. This could have been an innocent relationship. This could have been a parent. And now that you're winning, you feel like they can't see this. That's them telling you, hey, you need to check in. Checking in used to be a phone call, used to be a text, but you have to check in a different way. And this is where God or spirit or universe or your ancestors may be saying, now you need to become less human and get a spiritual practice or a structured religion. Maybe the one your parent taught you that you might have ran from for so long. But this could be the way that, not saying that you don't know how to pray, but you get back in communication with that loved one that's not here anymore. But I'm not telling you to go to church. I'm not telling you, just like in the beginning, to do anything other than learn how to sit down and just talk to them. That's it. Some of you, I feel like, have a fear. I feel like it's more of a, when you do, it's a fussing, crying, mourning, grief. Yes, this position, this energy. Because I can't see how you're going into the month of August with so many wins, right? A potential wins, coming out of winning, but you are closing some cycles. You have to. You have achievement, money, success, and all this is blocked by more success. That's not a block, that's a support. You have nothing but winning. And I get it. If you couldn't share that with someone, whoever it is, doesn't have to be a parent, could be a kid, partner, you could be mourning the loss of this relationship. They now you are like, damn, we were supposed to do this together. Yeah, I can see how it's a bittersweet energy. But let's see how that person feels or others around you may feel about your situation right now, about your winning. Okay? Because I want to see if everybody is supporting you. We're not doing that. I want to see if your energy around you, those around you, are supporting you. Because I feel like you're lonely. This independent card, you ain't taking nobody with you. Not nobody that ain't supposed to be. Kids, okay, they depend on you. So listen, see, Nine of Swords, defeat, fear, anxiety. They see the anxiousness. They see the breaking point, despair. This also nightmares, giving up, not trusting your partner, regrets from the past. But if you are still coupled, and like I say, we're gonna get into that in the love section when we get there next week or the week after. If you are coupled, you are definitely not giving them no attention. Not any positive attention anyway, because they feel that I don't know if they're giving up, but they feel you may be giving up on them. They don't trust you or you don't trust them. And at this point, when you do everything else, uh, career wise, business wise, finances, you're leaving them out. So I don't know what type of relationship this is. If this is one of those relationships where you are in the same home, share the same kids, or if this is just something like you're just doing for the moment. However, they feel they're way more important at this time than you may think. Okay, so let's go to your hope, wish, or dream, and or your outcome before we go to interesting. Could be a fear though. Your love card in closing, and talk about these people because I didn't expect your reading to be this long. But hey, you do hope, wish, or dream for the Four of Wands. Y'all see that? Y'all see that on that card? What that look like? A wedding, marriage. It's home, celebrations, coming together, wedding, stability, reunions, community, fulfillment, satisfaction, attaining a goal. So, is this a fear? Are you afraid that now that you have become successful, they're going to propose? Well, why are you still there? I'm just saying. But for that to be a fear, for you to not want to celebrate, not want to come together, you're done with the relationship. If this, and let me get out of the love portion and apply this in other areas to career, home, finances. This is like, again, another confirmation of a win, another confirmation of stability, satisfaction. But guess what other things are connected? Community, coming together with something, someone, or some peoples, because you can't do it alone. So it's at a point now for you. I think I know I get it. Thank you, Spirit. You have got to partner up to continue to grow, to continue to win and get all what's due to you. You need a partner, whether that's in business, whether that's in community and or your spirituality sector, or whether that's in love. Oh wow. Interesting. And what's the outcome? Strength for the month of August. And we're actually going into, I ain't gonna say the sign yet, well, Leo season, because that's what this is. But this is perseverance. This is courage. This is strength. This is confidence, though. Taming the beast, first and foremost. Resilience, compassion, bravery, inner power. So this does not say you are going to do, I'm not gonna say going to do, let me rephrase that. This does not suggest that you're not going to partner up or whatever area that is, business, your spirituality, because it kind of could look like a mentor, right? Or counselor. That's what I got, especially for my grieving. I went straight to that. But what I do see in the month of August is you getting the strength, getting the courage, and becoming a little bit more confident in knowing that there is something else necessary for you to move. Um, you become brave. You start to have a little inner power and compassion enough so that you tame whatever has been blocking you from moving forward. So it's something internal as well. It could just be simply a belief. You do tame it enough to be open minded to move forward in the month of August. So um the action of doing so doesn't look like it occurs in August, but I think that you put forth effort in whether this is research, doing your homework, whatever that is, right? Or if it comes to the love situation, start to open up, being open to the opportunity. Again, if you are single and don't look at that as a win, right? Maybe you have not been focused on love. Don't think that another partner is the option, especially if you've come out of a situation where you were the victim of being in a love affair, right? I get it. Like, who the wants to come from that and then start winning, and then now you need to reconsider someone to win again? Not again, but more. Life is not here for you to live alone. And I'm stuttering because I can't believe I'm saying this shit. Okay. But that could probably give you an idea where my Venus is. I mean, well, my Capricorn is and my Venus, right? But that's why love for my Capricorns can sometimes be tough. You have a big focus, your earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorns are all about money, energy, and home. If those things are out of whack, everything can go. And rightfully so. And so the people that come up in closing as we pull your love card are first was a Virgo. Came in lightly, but they may be just connected to the career, to the win, to the abundance in some form. Could be a friend. I also now this Taurus is this person in the past that was secure, provider, protector. Could have been connected to the love affair. All right, I'm gonna give you those two cards since you got two that came out. The Devil, moving forward in your future, is a Capricorn, but that's you. That could be simply you, unless there is a Capricorn scenario going on with a few of you. And then the Leo. So you had Taurus, Leo, Virgo, and Capricorn in your reading. Okay, but we'll dive deeper on the love weeklies to see how this plays out specifically to love, because this, in terms of everything else, could just be, I wanted to say innocent bystanders, but Spirit says take the innocent off. This could be bystanders because they all are innocent, obviously, especially close to this Taurus and potentially yourself. Damn it, the devil. But I hate that people always associate the devil with a negative energy. I look at how it's aspected, and as you come out of new with the devil, you go into more grief, more stress. So that's how I look at how it connects. But in closing, Capricorn, because I don't know if you're the longest one at this point, but romance and trust both came out, and I let them come. Romance starts, Cupid's arrow strikes this month. Oh, what? You lie. I believe it when I see it. But for those who are coupled, that definitely looks like reigniting love. All right? We'll see how that looks when we come to the love readings, but trust. You have to also trust. Trust that this can come to you first and foremost, but trust that transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So for my couples or my damn, I guess my couples need some counseling, because if you have stayed, especially after this love affair, you have to have it if you're gonna keep going. What? Y'all can't do that by yourself. I'm just saying. Even if it's not a therapist, go to God, but have a mentor in the middle. So you two can help have an interpreter, and it's not her versus him. So romance and trust, Capricorn, this month. I hope that this resonates with you. I told you about the signs. I said I would clarify a little more, but you know what? We don't have time. We're going to go into the love specific at some point next week or the week after, and our money, love, and career. And I think that'll touch enough. Otherwise, if you want to specifically know about these bystanders, right? We can dive into that, and I'll make sure I bring them back up when we come to the partnerships in love, because it don't always have to be about love, right? All right, I'll see you guys next month. But always remember, I have no idea what those pots were about, what you got your hand in, but it's a lot. So love and light. I'll see you guys next week with the next readings.